Banjo-Tooie and Mario Kart Double Dash are my favorite games of all time. Banjo-Tooie really was ahead of its time, and nowadays it's just as much fun, if not even more. What a masterpiece. There are many things that make it so great and amazing, including these animated jigsaw puzzles to open levels. Since Banjo-Tooie's release in the year 2000, I have never seen an animated jigsaw puzzle in any video game ever again. And that despite the fact that hardware, CPUs and GPUs have gotten much stronger, faster and better since then. But Banjo-Tooie made them work even back in the day, thanks to very smart, optimized, sophisticated and creative programming. And that's what I will show you today. So, first you need a 3D scene. Maybe you know that these jigsaw puzzle pieces are not from a divided video. A video would have had worse quality, it would have been a waste of memory space, and it would have been inconvenient to loop it properly. What's really happening is the level is loaded once with a camera moving around, and the viewport to it is being divided. So this is actually a live view of the loaded level, the loaded 3D scene. So that's what we will do here too. For that, I made a small little 3D scene. No, I'm not working on an entire whole 3D platformer. I am actually only showing you how to program this. So when you have a scene, you can make a different scene and instance the 3D scene inside the other one. A viewport is basically like a little hole, a little window to look through and into the 3D scene, into the level. Now, since this is supposed to become an animated jigsaw puzzle, the animated part is done. But we still need separate pieces. And this is where the biggest, most important and most significant part comes. The 3D scene must be loaded exactly only once. Not more and not less. I want to load the 3D scene exactly one time, which means that this one instance of it that we have right now is the maximum amount that we should have. If you have multiple instances, then the level is loaded as many times as there are jigsaw puzzle pieces. If you have multiple instances, then you have as many levels loaded as there are jigsaw puzzle pieces. On original Nintendo 64 hardware, that would have been very bad for the console. So all of the jigsaw puzzle pieces need to use this one and the same 3D scene instance. So how did I do that? Well, at first I tried to just preload the 3D scene instance and then use it multiple times. But that is not possible. At least not in Godot. Already has a parent. Every child node can have only one parent node. My second attempt was to duplicate the 3D scene. But that is exactly what we don't want. Because duplicating creates multiple different instances of that 3D scene. And if you think that modern hardware could handle that, then maybe think again. Because even my very simple and tiny little 3D scene here already caused significant frame drops and lag with only 8 instances of it. 22 frames per second instead of 60. I told you so. And then texture rect. Texture rects can just use and show the content of a viewport and reuse it. This is exactly what we want and need here. I did not add all of them manually though. 4 times 8, that would be 32 manually. No way. I added them via code. And now look at this. Nice and smooth. 60 frames per second. This is just so amazing, so fun and so creative. I absolutely love this. And I'm pretty sure that Banjo-Tooie pioneered this. Anyways, so this is really the main thing I wanted to show in this video guide. In this tutorial on how to make an animated jigsaw puzzle like in Banjo-Tooie. Use only one single instance of the 3D scene. And now let's go over the rest real quick. I connected this input signal so the texture rects react to inputs. Made these 2 process functions for picking up and putting down texture rects. And made this little pickup reaction function here. And now look at this. I love this so much. Of course it would be a bit too difficult and inconvenient to make the pieces fit in pixel perfectly like this. So in order to make them snap pixel perfectly, I created an array with positions, a snap area distance, which is my constant dis for distance, and added this snap function here. And now I had this. Ah, yes. Beautiful. Perfect. Next, I made a few positions and randomly assigned the texture racks to them, in order to start the puzzle with randomized starting positions. And that's the game! Now, of course the pieces don't look like Jigsaw pieces, there's no windscreen, there's no music, there are no right or wrong effects, there's no timer, etc, etc. But hey, I'm not an IT guy. I study to become an elementary school teacher, and next to my studies, my jobs, my hobbies, my wife and so on, I managed to make this little game here in less than a week, resembling a minigame in one of my favorite video games ever, and I'm pretty proud of that. Here is the code. And also, I uploaded this tiny little minigame to itch.io, where you can play it for free, either in your browser or after downloading it. And that's it for today's Sunday's video. If you liked it, then there's a like button for you. Tell me what you think in the comments below and consider subscribing. Bye!